Hello, hello, fam. This is your girl Janelle here with another episode of Talk to Me Tuesday. I am so excited that you guys are here and able to join me this week for another episode. If you are joining me and you rock and roll with me each and every week, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and put fam in the comments so we know the fam is in the house. I see Rochelle. I see you out there. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. For those of you who, this might be the first time that you are rocking and rolling with us here on Talk to Me Tuesday. If that is the case, go ahead and put first time into the comments so we can go ahead and share some love with you as well. We are happy that you are able to join us. So again, as you guys are coming into the house, we know that we had a little technical glitch. I thank you guys in the community to reach out to tell me we are not streaming in our own platform. So I am happy that you guys are out there letting me know what is going on. So excited to see you all here each and every week for episodes of Talk to Me Tuesday, where I bring you different tips and tools and strategies regarding how you can go ahead and empower yourself in the relationships you have, both with your business, yourself, and with others. So Roxanne, I see you in the house. Nice to see you, fam. So today's topic is one that I wanted to make sure that we were engaging in this as we were moving into Valentine's Day. So Tiffany, love you, love you. So really, as we prepare for Valentine's Day, you know, there's a lot of imaging that comes in about what should be happening and how much money you should be spending. And I really want us to spend some time thinking about how we're showing up for ourselves and how we're allowing others to show up for us. So today's topic is one that I really want to make sure that for those of us who are in relationships, those of us who are not in relationships and choose not to be, whatever your scenario is, really thinking about how we need to really get to a place to move in today's topic. So many of you who rock and roll with me each and every week, you want to know exactly who I am and what it is that I do. And I feel that sometimes it's better for me to show you what I do instead of just telling you what it is that I do. So here's a little glimpse of how I get to serve each and every day. So wonderful. So now you guys get to know who is this lady who's showing up each and every week for Talk to Me Tuesday. And I must say, for those of you, I know that some of you who are potentially joining us on the replay, and go ahead, if you're joining on the replay, go ahead and type replay into the comments. So we know that we were able to show up and to serve you today. You know, these last 2 weekends have been absolutely phenomenal because I've had the opportunity to launch 2 of the programs that allow me to serve the community. And the first one was strategizing for success with professionals and entrepreneurs who are really looking to walk away with a strategic plan for their success. And, you know, I have some powerhouse women who are coming together and really ensuring they're having that level of success. And then I have another bunch of amazing women who are really going through and removing some roadblocks. So they're showing up as their best selves in every single relationship that they have. So I just want to continue to let you guys know how I'm out here serving and what gives me the right to show up each and every Tuesday to talk to you about some of these topics. So with that, I do want to share with you that today's topic is about how do you stop forcing people to love you the way you deserve to be loved. People. If someone doesn't want to love you, like Elsa said, let it go. Let it go, right? If you agree, go ahead. Rochelle's like, yes, y'all are out of here, right? Go ahead and type let it go in the comments. We have to get to a place where we recognize our value, recognizing our worth, and understanding that a person is not how we get that. All right. So when I really thought about this topic and I thought about all that people are going through, really, and I'm going to talk about three things with you today, right? And the first thing I want to talk about is, why would you even allow someone to have that level of power and control? Okay. Because and I want to talk about, how does it show up, right? When you force somebody to love you. Some of the simple ways that, you force people to love you in the most simplistic way is when you are doing all the work and receiving nothing. So you're the person who's calling every single time. And again, it can go from that small level to the other extreme where you are staying in a relationship where you are being abused verbally or physically. And 2020 has taught us how to really begin to reflect on where we are. And now that we reflected on who we are, 2021 is the year to allow us to boldly move into that space about celebrating our value and our worth. So as we celebrate our value and our worth, we can't allow anyone to get to that place where we have to force them to be around our brilliance. All right. So again, for those of you who are out here and you are dating, for those of you who are in relationships, I need you to understand, you are worth diamonds. You are absolutely, there's not a person in this world who's worth more than you. And I need you all to walk around with that confidence and that pride. And understanding, you guys have already dropped it in there for me, right? Letting me know, right? The y'all letting me go. Tiffany is like, go. She is like, bye, Felicia. Y'all are out of here, right? And really understanding, how is it that you have defined how you deserve to be loved? So often, I think that we put ourselves in a place where we haven't done that deep dig to really unpack how we deserve to be loved. So go ahead and drop in the comments. Are you clear on what you expect of yourselves? So again, sometimes we expect ourselves to show up for other people. We expect ourselves to always, again, it's outward facing. But what do we expect for ourselves? I need y'all to be selfish, right? To really think about, because when we practice self-love, we move to a place where we are modeling for others how to love us. But so often we haven't spent that time really getting to know ourselves. And I've told y'all this before. We can't expect for someone to want to spend time with us when we don't even want to be with ourselves. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay? So really get into that place where we're clear about what we expect of ourselves. So for me this year, my resolution, because I personally I don't do resolutions. I don't knock anybody. This is judgment free. Y'all know in the fan, we ain't here about judgment. But what I do is I identify a word that's really going to push my behavior. It's really going to be how I leverage the decisions that I make. So for me, this year, my word is purpose. So when I do anything, when I wake up in the morning, I am grateful. So I start my day by demonstrating gratitude. And then I start to think about, how am I going to show up in my purpose today? So for those of you, I really encourage you to get to a place where you are starting to think about what you expect of yourself. Really beginning to spend some quiet time with yourself, determining what it is that drives you, what it is that you're going to move with intentionality, how you're going to hold yourself and others accountable to recognizing who you are, right? So I love it. If you don't love yourself, Roxanne's like, look, don't expect other people to, right? Tiffany's like, yes, this is good negotiation space. Because again, when I know what I'm worth, I'm willing to walk away. I always think about this conversation my husband and I had when I was in a different position, when I was serving as a principal. And he said, a true negotiation is when someone is willing to walk away from the table, right? Because he's like, if you're not willing to walk away from the table, it's really not a negotiation. So when you are showing up and people are showing up for you, Do you know enough about what you believe you deserve so that if they're not showing up for you in that way, that you can communicate to them how to? Because I don't believe in just dismissing people if we haven't been clear about what it is we expect of them. It is both a gift and a curse that we are not able to read people's minds. But we know that we sometimes have some thoughts that we try to go ahead and pack away instantly. So, as we hold that up, I really want you guys to think about, how am I communicating to others so that people know how to show up for me regarding how I deserve to be loved, so they don't feel forced. Because when you get to a place where you truly understand what it is that you expect, and you clearly and concisely describe that and communicate that to someone, allow them to make the determination to if they can meet you there. If they can't meet you there, are they willing to meet you there? Right? Because just because that they're not showing up doesn't mean that they may not have a willingness to work on themselves, because all of us can get better every day. So let's not disregard people immediately. Let's try to work with them to see if they have the potential and, more importantly, the desire to meet us where we want to be met. All right. So really thinking about, how are you spending time getting to know who you are? Spending time getting to discover who you are and how you want people to show up for you. The other thing that you have to be clear about when you start to unpack, when you stop forcing people to love you, is, what are your expectations of others? So one thing is to personally know yourself and to know what you expect. But what do you expect of other people? And how have you communicated that? And what are you willing to do as you show up for other people? Because it's so important for us to model for others how to treat us. So if I say to you, it's important to me that you value my time, but I am struggling to manage my own time, what message am I really sending to you? So getting to the place where we think about, how do our words and our actions align? And this is an area that many of us can grow in, right? I can say it's an area I can grow in, right? Maybe I'm the only person who needs to grow, right? I don't know. I'm willing to be honest with y'all. But really thinking about, when I am showing up for me, how are others getting to know me better? What am I saying that I value? What am I saying that I believe in? And is it showing up in my actions, just not in what I'm verbalizing? So when I think about how I'm saying to myself, I am not going to allow myself to be surrounded by people who don't want to be around me. Why am I connecting my worth and my value to how someone else feels around me? Really unpacking that. That's that whole, writing in a notebook, reflecting, journal, whatever you need to do. Determine why that person has now gotten to a place in your life where you value their opinion of you more than you value yourself. Hey, Penny girl, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Right? So really thinking about, how are you showing up? How are you showing up for yourself? And this Valentine's Day, I really want to challenge all of you to get to a place where you are recognizing, how you're showing up for yourself, right? I know my sorors are like, see, she leads with the pinky, right? I love it, right? But really thinking about, how are you showing up for yourself? How are you then modeling to others how you deserve to be loved? Because it's one thing about how I treat myself. It's another thing when my actions and what I verbalize are the same. Because now others are able to see, this is important to her. This is important to him. And am I clear? Right? Because it's one thing for me to know that I have expectations about how I think I deserve to be loved. But if I haven't shared that with the people who are ready to love me, it's not fair to them. But the fourth thing is I also have to recognize that once I articulate what my expectations are, I have to both be mentally and emotionally ready for the response. So often we ask questions, and when we hear an honest response, we're not ready for it. So really make sure as you get to know yourself that you are allowing yourself to be in a place both mentally and emotionally first where you are ready to receive the truth. You always deserve the truth, but make sure before you create that question, you create the environment, you've done the work you need to do for yourself. Right? So again, what I want you guys to understand, and I'm going to be having a challenge come up where it's going to be a 3-day challenge to really make sure that I share with people what are some tips and tools and strategies about how to show up for yourself, how to love yourself, how to rediscover yourself, how to be in love with you. So next week, for those of you who are joining me each and every week, I am definitely going to come back and share how you can get that information. For those of you who know, listen, I want to sign up for this free 3-day challenge to make sure that I'm showing up for myself. Go ahead and just DM me with your name and your email, and I will go ahead and put your name at the top of the list. But what I want you guys to do is to really, this Valentine's Day, I want you to spend, you deserve to spend an hour of time by yourself, really reflecting on who you are, really reflecting on how you deserve for people to show up for you. And then think about, are you communicating to those people in a way that will allow them to succeed? Because what I want you to walk away with today is you do not deserve to force anyone to love you because you are absolutely phenomenal. You are absolutely worth more than you can ever imagine. So make sure you walk in that brilliance. Make sure you allow others to step up to that level as they interact with you. It is truly, truly my pleasure to come here each and every week and serve you, to bring you tips, tools, strategies, and conversations about topics to help you as you strengthen and empower yourself. Once again, in the relationship you have with yourself, in the relationship you have with others, and the relationship you have with your business and or your profession. If you are in New England, please continue to stay safe in all of the snow that's coming. Stay safe in wherever you are in the world with all we have going on with COVID. Again, until we meet again next week for Talk to Me Tuesday, this is your girl Janelle signing off and letting you know I care about each and every one of you, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Take care until next week.